So student impact stories are my favorite part of teaching financial literacy. Let's hear your best one.
Okay, so for me, obviously the day-to-day stuff is big. There's always going to be multiple students on your mind, but the one that I love is I had one student, we'll call him Chris, and Chris was leaving high school to go get a job at a local store, right? A local hardware store. And, I think one of the things that's really hard to imprint on students is, sitting down with a calculator will actually help you in real life. But we sat there with his welcoming packet to his job and we said, okay, here's your job. He was feeling a certain way about going into it. And then we looked at his 401k option. And then we punched that information into the computer. And then we looked at his match. And we punched that information into the computer. And using the Intuit calculator, we were able to figure out, like, by the age of 25, you will have X amount of dollars in a 401k. By 30, you will have this. And it was just amazing to be like, this is not hypothetical. Like, this is a calculator. It is doing the math for you. And you're going to be fine if you follow this plan that we're setting up, right? So that's easily my favorite here. Alex, what's yours?
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I love the real world story because we're one of the few teachers in our content area who gets to hear these stories, right? And gets to make them happen in the first place, really. My best story is probably my first one when I was student teaching. I like to do budgeting at the end of the year because I feel like it encapsulates everything we've learned. And on Friday, one of my kids came back to class and was like, "Oh, Mr. Oman, I wanted to tell you, like, I went home last night and like I helped my mom make a budget for our household." And to me, like, that was just never anything I would ever imagine doing as a high schooler with my parents, right? Not that they couldn't have used it, but I didn't have those skills. I wasn't thinking like that, right? And it's just like, whoa, like, I didn't ask them to do that. I didn't like prompt them. I would have never even thought that that's what a kid would have went home and done. And yet she did, and she only did it because of what she learned in class, and like the difference that made for her, for her and her single mom is really impactful. And that's when I knew, oh, okay, like, I'm on to something here. This is like, I had a hunch this was meaningful, and it actually is. Carrie, what about you?
Those trickle up stories are my favorite, like kids teaching their parents and how powerful that is for the student too. Like, it's empowering when you can help your parents do something. It's a role reversal that I'm a big fan of. One of my favorite stories is I have a student who has gotten really into investing, and he invests in a way that I love to teach, which is safe and diversified with index funds. And recently he's gotten into buying ETFs. He says it's fun because you can buy them in real time, but they're safe and diversified. So it's like the best of both worlds is how we talk about ETFs. And he actually even got to share this information with Auditor General Tim DeFore when he visited our school to celebrate our commitment at my high school to financial literacy. Fun fact about my high school is we guaranteed personal finance as a graduation requirement for students prior to our state's guarantee. So we strongly believe in it, and little stories like that were what secured the deal for us having it be a graduation requirement at our school. So one of my other favorite stories is after our paying for college unit, I had a student who decided to go to community college for 2 years while working, and the community college was free, and then transfer those credits to a 4-year degree. So she was able to pay for college and be debt-free on graduation. And what an amazing gift to graduate debt-free and still have that 4-year degree.